All right. Hello, everybody. This is Toast to Love. I am Isaac McJimpsey.
And I am Jackie McJimpsey.
Welcome for our second episode of Toast to Love. We are just settling in season two and very excited about it, talking about different things, different issues. We also have some folks coming on in the weeks to come. We're excited. It's the holidays and it's the holiday season. And so hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And as you go into you know, Christmas, going to the Yuletide. We hope that it is definitely gay. So we're excited about that. Tonight, we're just talking about companionship. And so we always start our shows off with a toast. And we're going to do that tonight. Definitely toasting. Jackie's pouring.
I just want to say welcome to Toast to Love.
Yeah. What do you want to toast for this week?
Communication.
Communication. All right. We're just toasting the communication. Y'all, this is a signature of our show. We always start off with a toast. Very invariably, as relationships grow longer, we don't take the time to celebrate those moments. And of course, just do a toast. So we got some good refreshing Welch's cider to celebrate and of course just commemorate this week.
Right.
We're talking about communication. We're going to do better with communication, right? So talking about companionship. That's, I put right here, you see on the ticker, it says companionship is winning in relationships. And Jackie, I'm a sports guy. And often I talk about sports. Everybody talks about the championship, and everybody wants to win the trophy of championship. And I think companionship is one area where you can win in relationships, being a companion to someone. And so we're going to dig into that tonight. Get into it. First of all, we'll start off with the definition of companionship.
And what is companionship? It's about being in good company for the person you've chosen to share your life with. It's easy for us to say we are companions or these are my friends. Mm-hmm. But you take it a step further when you start talking about being someone's companion. This is someone you love to go have fun with, someone you like to share activities with, someone you like to share things with. In the world now, we have 3, 4 children, 5 children. 2, 3 or 4 of them are dating. Mm-hmm. And I was like, so well, tell me what you're looking at when you're thinking about finding someone you want to date. And like I want somebody I can talk to, somebody I can share with. That's how you're going to determine what's going to make it to that next step. How do I determine if this is somebody that I want to be in relationship with?
Right. Definitely the companionship. I think the strength of our relationship has always been companionship, and it's doing things together. It's enjoying each other's company. And does that get easier as the years go on? Of course not. It's something you got to work at. When you're young, frisky, 19, 18-year-olds, that can be very easy because you're learning things anew. But, after so many years, decades of, the person, you're comfortable with the person.
Oh, yeah.
They say familiarity, that can be, when you become familiar with a person, that can be a place, a dangerous place in a relationship because you can start assuming things, you can start taking things for granted, and we never want to take our mate, our spouse for granted.
Well, the one thing we have to do, because we always hear, we kind of touched on it a little bit last week, or we spent a couple of weeks. Last week Isaac had to preach, so we were we had I had a prior obligation, but when we're talking about companionship, that's the part of your marriage when things start to sway or go down or change, you want to get back to.
Right.
You want to get back to dating. You want to get back to spending time together. Get back to finding out what they did today. How was your day? Mm-hmm. Tell me something special about what happened to you today. Tell me something bad that happened to you today. It's important to keep all that going.
Right. And it's through companionship. You have so many things going on. So we're going to look at a couple of things tonight. One, we define what companionship is, and we know that it's very important. But that differs from friendship and even from covenant. And the way I would like to explain, and Jackie, you definitely chime in here anytime. When you're talking about companionship, it's how you spend your time together, the activities you do, it's the environment you create with one another. Friendship is, I think, you can be friends with just
Anybody.
about anybody. You can have coworkers or associates that are friends. Even to our singles, we've taken on a few young couples that are getting ready to get married, and they made a decision to take their relationship to the next level. If you just have friends, that's just people you have maybe common things that are in common. You have things that you agree upon. But when you talk about companionship, that means you're going to spend more time with that person. That means you're going to pair off.
That's right.
And do activities together. And then, of course, lastly, there's covenant. Covenant is when you make that agreement before God with each other. You agree to agree,
right.
Things like that. And I think that's important to differentiate the different levels. The person you're with, Jackie is my friend, but she's also my companion, but also we're in a covenant relationship that's marriage. For some that are looking to get married, and we want to speak to our singles, we got a lot of people who want to be married, who desire to be married. Just realize, is that person a friend? Are they a companion? And do they have the possibility of making a covenant with you? And so we'll discuss more of that on Tuesday, but I think that's important. What do you think, sweetheart?
I totally agree. You know, one of the most important things we ask our children, we tell our children when you're talking to someone, and even my husband, for me, I have to stop and make for sure. We're going to jump to point one. Make for sure that I'm listening. Listening is a priority. That we talk, that we talk a lot, that he understands the way I feel, and I understand the way he feels. But it's more than that. It's me stopping to take time to listen to what he's saying. Same. And instead of trying to prove him wrong or tell him a better way to do what he's doing, I'm listening to what he's saying. He's giving me information back. Right. And I'm receiving that, opposed to going, well, you can't tell me what to do, or you can't tell me how to act, you can't tell me where to go.
That's right.
He's feeling like, hey, I want you to be careful where you're going, who you're with, or he's telling me about his day. It was tough today. I had 5-6 meetings. I had 4, 5, 6 people pulling at me, and I, felt like I was lost. Instead of me going, what you should have done was just stop, take a break, tell him, chill out, let me get myself together. Instead of doing that, stop and take a listen to go, you know what? I know that was very frustrating for you. I understand that was a difficult time for you. And, hopefully, as you keep growing in what you're doing, that those times may be a little bit easier for you to handle. You understand it's a difference than me trying to go in and say, well, if you had done this and the other, it'd have been a better day. Right. Because I can't, we can't go back and change the way it is, but we can, speak to our mates, and hopefully that they'll take our influence.
Right.
And understand.
Man, we appreciate you guys following. We're in a little bit of transition. Just for clarity, we are Toast to Love. I'm Isaac. This is Jackie. We'll have new pages coming up. We wanted to make sure we stay consistent and coming out with new episodes. I want to give a shout out to Jerome Smith, great friends of ours for decades. And just say, hey, man, love you guys. Also, Israel and Gabby, thanks for getting on. Thanks for just being part of what we do. We take that not lightly. At the end of our show, we'll talk about places to go. We have a whole page on YouTube, Toast to Love TV. We just ask you to share and like. We encourage you to do that. That helps. Got Ralph Sweeney on. Thanks, fam, for being on. Ralph's one of the people we talk with. He does have a desire to be married, and a great catch. He's a great catch, I think. And so appreciate you being on. We did do our toast earlier. And so moving forward, we're talking about companionship. How is your companionship in your relationship? I think that's important to evaluate how your companionship, how are they relating to you? How are you relating to them? How are you spending time together? I can say this, my good friend,
Bonnie.
Yeah,
Sister-in-law.
yeah, sister-in-law. There are a lot of people taking trips.
That's right.
Talked to our friends Jerome. They were spending some time together. Him and his beautiful wife Yvette. They're just taking time away. You got to do that in your marriage. You got to take time away from the kids and just spend personal time. I was so excited. Other couples were here going to the mountains, going to the beach. Do that. Now's the time during the holidays is take time away, spend time together, because that creates moments.
That's
and
right.
it also builds your companionship.
That's right.
It also builds your companionship. So we're going to talk about different ways to develop our companionship. Number one.
I did that one.
Okay. Which one?
That one.
Okay. So number one, and I'm trying to do this, is making listening a priority. Yeah. Number one about that is, I want to add on to that is talk early and talk late.
That's right.
I think it's important that Jackie's voice be one of the first voices I hear next to God's, just to hear a voice, to know that the day is going to be good. We usually talk in the morning. We usually try not to make it too serious, but, talk about what lunchtime is going to look like, how things are going to be, try to prioritize our day. So we talk early. And definitely, I believe we always talk late. Pillow talk is very important. I think it's when you're kind of vulnerable, you're relaxing. I think that creates companionship. One of our favorite times of the day is before we go to bed. It really is to just decompress, to just relax and just have a conversation. We encourage you to do that. Relax, have a conversation with your spouse, your loved one. That builds companionship. Number two, you want to hit this one?
Be willing to accept when you're wrong. And, in saying that, you have to understand, you have to be able to not only take criticism, but when you are wrong, say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. Forgive me. Mm-hmm. I made an error. I made a misspeak. I didn't say what I need to say, how I need to say it. Didn't come out right. It didn't look right. Whatever you need to do to make that apology. Right. Nobody is always right. Someone is always two sides. Somebody's right, somebody's wrong. We're all going to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect.
Family, one of the concepts we've encouraged in our relationship and even with others is be quick to say you're wrong and apologize. And even had recent situations, had a disagreement, had words, and the very last thing I said in that situation was, and Jackie will attest to this, I do this with her, hey, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Maybe it was in the delivery, maybe it was in, what was said. You gotta be quick to forgive. And I think that's helped us in our marriage. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of times I had to say, hey, you know what? I was wrong. Forgive me. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's important. We encourage everyone, you're gonna have conflict. Conflict will arise. It's going to happen. And I think it's how you handle the conflict afterwards. We're going to say things wrong. We're going to do things wrong. Things are going to be interpreted wrong. It's what you do with that, I think, that makes the difference in your relationships and also in your marriage.
Learn how to take those things as constructive criticism. Mm-hmm. And the better you get at companionship, the better you get with someone that you care about at taking what they say, not always at face value, but sometimes, understanding what's behind that. They could have been having a bad day, a bad moment, whatever it is. But do want to give a shout out to Anna. Hey, Hottie. Yeah. and Pamela Pettigrew. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. We're so grateful to have you guys on tonight. Hey, when you get a chance, please like and share our video.
Hey, tonight we're talking about companionship. I think it's one of the most important things in a relationship. As you see on the ticker, companionship equals winning in the relationship. And so it's just how you spend your time together. Jackie and I took a ride today. We took a ride, went and saw a family friend that's always going to be near and dear to us. And during that time, we just talked. We just communicated. It was refreshing just to get out of the house.
Away from the kids for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes and enjoy each other. Mm-hmm. Number three, I think is important. Find shared interests and activities. That's very important. On as many things as you can. We're very unique and different people. Jackie has her own interests. I have my own interests. But over the years, we've learned to try to incorporate each other in activities. One of the things, I love sports. One of the areas where we find common ground is to tailgate or go barbecue, or try to incorporate other couples into what we do. And that's brought her into this world of sports. And so we got some hopes and dreams about that. And hopefully one day we'll be able to accomplish that. But you probably know Jackie's not a big sports person, but she's learned to love it.
But goddamn.
Exactly. Likewise, she's kind of swung me over to this way. We're both shoppers.
Oh yeah.
We love to shop. We love to go. There's nothing better than finding a good deal. So talk to us about that, Jackie.
I'm talking about shopping.
Okay, not gonna talk about it.
Hey. Hey, and let's make it a little bit more practical than that. Let's say this: you can also spend time doing house chores. Earlier today, I was like, "Hey, we're gonna fill up the clothes. Today, we're gonna get together and fold up all these clothes." We got 3 kids in the house right now because the kids are home. Hey, Ann, so great to see you. Ann Billingsley. We met them at a couples conference in the Ozarks last year. So
awesome, man.
Thank you, awesome couple.
Yeah.
They're doing some great things. Her name is Ann Billingsley. She just recently wrote a book. You guys check her out if you get the opportunity. She's doing some awesome things. I think they're in Texas or.
We met him in Missouri. Just want to say also, her and her husband, he helps people with podcasting. He does a lot of podcasting, but a great couple. We met at a retreat. So thanks for getting on and being supportive of what we're doing. But you got to share common interests. This thing that we're doing right here with couples is a common thing. We want to see couples win. We want to see couples do well, but also in our own relationship, we want to make sure we're winning. So definitely find those common interests. I like Hallmark now. I mean, I've said that each week. There's 50 new shows every season. So those are things that we, like to do together.
And one of the things we want to throw in here is intentionally choose to actively spend time together.
That's right.
Whether even if it's you and your mate, you and your husband and your children, whatever you guys do, choose to do it together and choose time. Make for sure you make time to make that happen between the both of you, because it's so important.
Most definitely. So we're going to move on to the next one. We're talking about companionship. It's an important part of relationships, particularly in marriage. How do you interact around with each other? How do you find commonality?
Mm-hmm.
How do you groove and move through your space together? And one of the things we have to do is respect their space. There are times where we all need space. There's times where we need to hang out with friends. We need to do other business pursuits. And so there are times where we just need space.
That's right.
We don't want to smother each other because we do life in quarters. So I think it's important to respect that person's space when they're taking time away to just do some things they want to do individually. Next one. All right.
Show them that they're important to you. And how do you show someone that they're important to you? You just want to make for sure that your spouse knows just how important they are to you. And you're going to do that by just grand gestures now and again. Hey, now and again, buy a gift on the way. Make for sure you make a plan. I'm not saying to go out and spend extravagant money that you don't have, but I am saying that sometimes it's great to have dinner cooked for your mate. Sometimes it's great to surprise them on a dinner out, or sometimes it's great to buy them a ring, to buy them a necklace, to bring home flowers. Making grand gestures every once in a while helps to show them that he was thinking about me today.
Right.
Was not the first thing that just want to make for sure that this person feels special or whatever it is that you choose to do.
And that could be a note, that could be a gift, that could be service. Find out what their love language is. It may be a foot rub, it may be a back rub, that may lead into something else. So, find out what it is, the things that they enjoy. I know for my sweetheart, one of the things she loves is dolce de leche, extra brica. She loves that from the Cheesecake Factory. So anytime I want to get out of the doghouse or earn brownie points or whatever, hey, I'll make that drive 30 miles to the cheesecake. But look at her. She's smiling. She's smiling. You got to figure out what it is that makes them smile.
That's right.
And do that very thing. You know, it may be that they love to see you do yard work. It may be that they enjoy you singing, or, you know, whatever it is that they enjoy, do that thing.
Do that thing. Do it well.
Do it well. Show them that they're important to you. You know, I want to just give a shout out to somebody that's real close to us, and he was called The Example. One of the things he did that I thought was just revolutionary, taught me a lot. He always opened doors. He's always opening doors, even for his daughters. And I think that's just profound. It taught me a lesson, just showing that chivalry, showing that camaraderie and that respect for your spouse. I know I came up short in that area, and he was a good example of that. So we're moving on, y'all. Loving the comments.
Hey, Marissa.
Hey, Marissa.
Thank you for checking this out.
Yes, definitely.
Stopping by.
Companionship. How do you spend time? That's so important. We can get so caught up in the business of relationships, like paying the bills and making sure the schedule of where everybody needs to be, and cooking and cleaning and all those things, that we forget how do we spend time together. So that's very important. We're talking about companionship. So the next one up is, I think, is very important. You want to lead on this one, or you want me to?
Be open about finances. Let's talk about money. You know, that's one of the things that can stop companionship. Let's just be honest. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't like the way you spend your money. I don't like what you bought. And I don't like how you bought what you bought. Hey, I use this credit card. I should use this credit card. Be open about your finances. Make sure your mate knows what's going on in your life. If you get an unexpected bill to come up and you're trying to work 50 hours to pay it, let this person know. So this person doesn't think you're just trying to forget about them or not pay them any attention, or that you're trying to find ways to not be around them. Hey, I'm trying to work to pay a bill. But if you don't know that, what does that mean to him?
The finances are so important, because we've talked to a lot of people who have separate accounts, joint accounts. We're not here tonight to tell you which formula is best. What we encourage is just have the discussion. And get a plan in place. Plan out for entertainment, plan out for enjoyment, plan out for companionship time. I think that's the most important thing, is just to open the dialogue, so things aren't unexpected. Right. You know, come up to some type of agreement. The next one we want to hit is have an honest discussion about your wants, needs, and dreams. I think that's it says it all. How often are you able to sit down and share with your mate? What is it that you want? What do you want from me? What do you need from me? What do you need to be fulfilled? Articulating that so that they can get a clear understanding, because we all can make assumptions on what it is that we think makes our spouse happy. But more importantly, we tend to focus on what makes us happy. That's right. So I think it's important to have the discussion about what is it that you want, what is it that you need, and the dreams.
When you talk about needs, you know, sometimes we as women say that we need attention, we need affection. And sometimes it's men that say, hey, I need attention and I need affection. So it's good at points in times, especially during, and that's something that you should talk about at least once a quarter with your mate. And I'm saying, you know, at least 3 to 4 times a year, you need to find out what your mate's needs are, because they change. Mm-hmm. You know, it could be a time where, hey, I'm gonna need a hug every day. These are my expectations from you. Right. I need to know where you are. I need to know what you're doing. And that could be for so many different reasons, because we all have busy lives and busy situations. But those things may sometimes change. I know, you know, now I work from home sometimes I'm in the office. But, you know, Isaac needs to know my schedule, whereas before it wasn't that important.
We work together.
We're in the office. We work together. But now he needs to know what days you're in, what days you're out. When are you planning on being here? When can I plan for you to do A, B, C, and D? So it's important that you guys keep up with that too.
The last part of that is being able to discuss what your dreams are, your hopes and dreams. There's something we learned from the Gottman Institute is take a moment, write down 3 to 5 things you hope and dream to accomplish. And as an individual, and then allow your spouse to do that, and swap sheets. do that. You'll be surprised. One of the things we see that is conflict can arise from hopes and dreams, and there's a way to manage that. The other thing I want to say about hopes and dreams, Jackie and I realized by writing down or discussing our hopes and dreams, we got something in common. We want to do something that's similar, and we're excited about it. We're gonna purchase an RV, hopefully in 2022, and we're gonna take some time to just do travel with an RV. I'm putting it out there. I'm throwing down the gauntlet, and hopefully we'll be able to come to a city close to you to do some, hanging out, cooking some good food, and meeting some great people. And so I didn't know.
He wants an RV to go
tailgate. I mean, and spend some quality time together. And come to find out, Jackie's on board with that. She's excited about it. So that's something we have in common. We're going to try to work towards that as a common goal. And hopefully, Lord willing, we'll be able to do that. So great thing you'll find out about your spouse by sharing your hopes and dreams. And then the last one is we're talking about companionship.
Taking time.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me. There we go. I don't want to show up for me.
Taking time for adulting and intimacy is the number one most important thing that you all are going to be looking for. And why do we say that? You have to have time. There has to be that time where you can have that play for banter.
There we go.
Make for sure that the both of you are indulging in play for banter with each other. Pick a topic, pick a subject, pick a moment, pick an area, whatever it is that you need to do. But let him know. He lets me know how important that I am to him, and I let him know how important he is to me. And whatever it takes for everybody, that may be different.
That's right. Hey, shout out to Stephen Oglesby. Him and his wife, they're doing a workout thing with us. They usually send us a text. They're looking great, looking fantastic, phenomenal. Family. Hey, that's something we decided to do together is E2M. Shout out to Dwayne and Andrietta Atkinson. They got us involved in E2M. We work out pretty much 4 to 5 times a week. We get up early and work out. We're preparing meals together. That's creating companionship. It's merging our lives together. But he said, let's go. I know Stephen is ready to get in a camper. Him and his beautiful wife, Miss Audrey. And I know they'll be ready to go camping. Who's in it with us? Who's ready to go camping? Who's ready to RV with us?
In an RV, we're not getting no tent.
Hey, I thought I had her, y'all. I thought I could.
Nobody's tent.
Oh, I thought I could get her in a tent, but hey, I'll take RVing. Let us know if you're ready to go RVing.
Oh, you want to start working? Oh, let me tell you, Ann, look up E2M. It's Eager to Motivate, and it is on Facebook.
That's right.
Isaac lost 55 pounds, and I've lost 30.
Yeah.
And we're still going. Because it's a lifestyle. But I tell you what, they have Facebook videos, they have trainers online, they have people showing you how to cook online. It is absolutely amazing. It's a great way that we, regardless of all the stuff that we do, because his job is completely different from my job. So we don't necessarily have the job per se right now in common. So what we do have in common is our health. Yeah. And that's something I want to make for sure that he's healthy. He wants to make for sure that I'm healthy. And so we push each other in a manner that's going to be beneficial, not only for him, but for me and for our family, because the number one most important thing we can do is be here for our children and be here for our families to make sure we're making that impact and making that difference. So check them out. It's E2M. If you go to our Facebook page, we have stuff on our
information on there, and they have a sign up coming up December the 30th. I think it's either December the 30th. So you can get in with it, and once you get in, you're in for life, and so it's a great thing. I want to finish up the back end of this topic of companionship and talking about intimacy or adulting. So on Toast to Love, we call it adulting. That's your personal time. That's the pillow talk time. That's the time to be intimate. And I want to read the one scripture we're going to give is Proverbs 5, verses 18 and 19. It says, let your wife's fountain be blessed with the reward of fidelity, and rejoice in the wife of your youth, and let her be as loving, kind, and graceful doe. And then it goes on to say, just enjoy the wife of your youth. And I think that's so important. It's a great scripture that we believe in terms of just being intimate. And I think that's important. Intimacy is important in a relationship. And we hear it from all levels. We hear people say, well, as we get older, that's not as important. Some people may not be physically able to do what they could do. I just think it's important. If you're having physical issues, go see a doctor.
Quickly,
address your health.
That's right.
I think if it was important when you first met, it's important over the life of your relationship. And maybe we don't have the frequency of adulting,
that's right,
but we still can enjoy intimacy in terms of our relationship. And so that's something we as married folks shouldn't shy away from. It's very important to the success, I think, of the relationship.
Not only that, it's also important to the success of people that are watching you be married. Mm-hmm. They need to know, hey, marriage doesn't mean we don't come together anymore. Marriage doesn't mean that we come together less anymore. Matter of fact, Isaac and I we took on a challenge.
What? Go ahead. You remember? Hey, so you say it then. You say it. I ain't even gonna look at the screen.
So
I ain't gonna look at the screen.
We did the 7-day sex challenge with Marriage 365. So, hey, we're always looking for other ways to improve our relationship, because if you're not growing, you're dying. So yeah, we're doing that. We don't want our relationship to die.
If you want information about it, we'll forward that to you. We're doing the challenge, 7 days of adulting and intimacy. I'm excited. We got to get off this telecast because we got to get to work tomorrow, and we want to ensure that we stay committed to this challenge. Did you hear that, Jerome Smith? We're committed to this 7-day challenge. That's what we're doing. So just a way to become closer. And so I'm excited about it, as you can tell. And Jackie's excited about it as well.
We are.
Yeah.
So excited. Hey, thank you. Shout out to Soraya. Hello. And Ralph using the colorful. Well, we got some interesting stuff coming out coming down the pipe.
That's right.
Wonderful friend Ralph Sweeney is giving us a few products.
That's right. We have some products coming out.
We're going to be sharing with you guys really soon, so we're excited. I'm not for sure about this name, but we're working on it.
We're working on it. So we're excited. We'll say this: we do have a massage oil coming out. I want to throw this in here. I didn't realize this after about, maybe the last 5 years. My wife loves a good foot rub. It's a beautiful thing. I didn't know it. Somehow I not made a mistake, but because of Companionship, realized, hey, there's so many sensors in the foot. Gave her a foot rub, and man, she was so excited. So it relaxed her out. And so, y'all, we coming out with a massage oil. So be looking for that. And we got some other products and things. Thank you, Ralph Sweeney. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a great business partner. You'll see that in the days to come. So we're going to conclude this episode of Toast to Love. And we're excited about having you come in next week or the following week to see our cast. Remember, share and like, please share and like. If you got something that was a good information off of this, share and like. We were talking about companionship. Also, if you want to see previous episodes of Toast to Love, we're on YouTube. Toast to Love TV is part of our podcast. Is Toast to Love TV. And so definitely check us out on there. I was going to let me go to the banners. There it is. Toast to Love TV. Bear with us, y'all. We're building it while we fly. But check us out on Toast to Love TV on YouTube. You can see some previous episodes about forgiveness, how to handle conflict, how to deal with blended families. all of those things.
Communication.
There's our first season on there. So go to Toast to Love TV. And when you go there, subscribe. Hit the like button, because we want to try to make a transition. We're here on Facebook. We want to totally transition to YouTube and Instagram. So if you could help us by doing that, subscribe. Toast to Love TV.
Thank you, family. Enjoy your night. Merry Christmas.
Yes. Happy New Year.